Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at how to make your very own Kahoot. So, very first thing that we need to do is open up Kahoot. So you can go to the website kahoot.com and then log in. If you haven't created a login, you can create one now or use your Google account to get started. Once you're in, there's a whole slew of different things you can do, such as looking at reports. There's stuff on the main page to help you put your Kahoots together, as well as there's resources where you can look up Kahoots that are already made. I've already have Kahoots made. You can see here I have an art file and a photo file. There's also some that I don't have classified. And within them, there's multiple types of Kahoots. For example, you can see how there's regular questions where there's one true answer and the rest are false. Then there's also multiple trues and false. You can have a series of questions which are puzzle questions. Then there's true and false questions. And so there's all those different questions that we're going to go over how to make those in this little presentation right now. So the first thing we need to do is start a Kahoot. So you go ahead, hit new Kahoot. You can see that it gives you options for templates. I just usually hit create new and start from the beginning. We're going to go ahead and start by creating a question. Our very first question is going to have one answer. You can also select multiple true answers, and when you do so, it automatically changes it to a multiple answered one. When you go to add a picture, sometimes the pictures won't show up. That's okay. Just read the descriptions, click on it. If it doesn't look like what you want, click remove, select a new one. Read the descriptions. It'll help you figure out what it looks like, so you'll know if you're getting a picture kind of what you want. But that's not the only way to put a picture on. I'll show you other ways soon. I'm going to go ahead and put in a few different numbers for our answers, and let's go ahead and take a look.
Okay, guys, real question. Scotland has how many words for snow?
So usually give about 20. Sometimes I'll go as long as 30 seconds, but usually 20.
Very good, very good. So there are 421 words used for snow in Scotland. No shortage to describe every single type of flake that might fall from the sky. On top, we have Elric and Michael Jackson. Woo-hoo!
Okay, so you can see how it gives you an opportunity to see who got the answers correct, what the ratios were in the class, and then move on. So we're creating a true and false now, so we're going to go ahead and ask a very simple question. Are peanuts nuts? And then what we can do is we can select our picture, click on the true. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like.
Okay, true or false, you guys? Peanuts are not nuts.
Okay, so sometimes I'll do 10 seconds for true or false, but I often find 20 seconds is still about the right amount of time for these true and falses.
Okay, guys, peanuts are not nuts. They're a legume.
Then you see the scoreboard. You can then point out who got first. Arrows will indicate whether they have climbed more than one space, and they get points according to how fast they answered. Now, we're going to go ahead and create a puzzle. This is an order piece where you have to put them in a proper order. For this one, I'm going to show you how to put a picture in as well. So we're going to look up a picture. This is the water cycle. We need one without words, so we're going to look up one that doesn't have words. And once we find some, what we can do is we can select the one that we want and select it. And then we're going to just save it. So click on this one, save it, and voila. Okay, so we write out our question for this one, and then we're going to go ahead and add our answers. We can start with evaporation, condensation, go to precipitation, and then end with some runoff. Then we're going to go ahead and insert our picture, and now we can go ahead and look what this looks like.
Starting with a sunny day, what happens to get rain?
Okay, with this one, I usually give about a minute. I find that 30 seconds to a minute works really well with the puzzle ones, depending on how well they know it, and then you can talk about it. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at polls. In this poll, that means there's no correct or incorrect answer. We're going to go ahead and insert a picture of a piece of cheesecake. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my yes, pie for this reason, no, cake for that reason, and another one for pie, and then another one for cake. So we have our multiple reasons, and let's go ahead and take a look.
Okay, guys, is cheesecake pie or cake?
Now we go ahead and give them the time to answer that, and after they answer it, we can see the levels at which they're at and talk about why it pulled at such a height. Now this doesn't affect the score at all, and after we're done, we'll go ahead and look at the scores of the entire thing. But first, I'm going to show you how to make a slide. This slide right here can have any information about what you're going over, random facts, whatever it needs to be to help you teach your class. So using slides in the middle of a Kahoot is a great way of throwing in information so they're all actively engaged in the game, and then suddenly they get some information that can help educate them.
Okay, guys, this is just a fun fact for you guys. Armadillo shells are bulletproof. A man in Texas shot an armadillo, and the bolt ricocheted, hitting someone in the jaw, and the man was hospitalized.
Okay, now once you're all done, you can save your Kahoot, give it a name up top. You can also go ahead and slap on a description. You can change the picture if you want. I usually don't. And then you save it. Once you're actually done, you can also hit done and then hit on present. Oh, no, not present. Then you can click on teach. And then you can select on the classical for that and get started on your game. The music will start up. You'll be able to share this screen. Everyone will be able to see the screen. They can add their names to it and be able to get joined into the class. I often will copy the www.kahoot.it and put it in the comment section along with the numbers that are on the top. Those numbers are what they use to key in, whether they're using the app or whether they just dial in. I find it best if they are able to use a second device with the app, because then they can see the screen easier and be able to get into the game. Now, one of the last things I'd like to share with you is what does it look like at the very end of the game when you've finished. So I've attached that here. Ready or not, here is the end of the game.
Hey guys, thank you for your participation. Let's go ahead and see who got the highest scores on our podium. In third place, we have Tyrese. In second place, we have Fun. And in first, we have the fastest fingers in all the land, Michael Jackson. Runners up are Kokichi and HTTPS. Very end, we can look at some of the ones we did poorly at. Snow, condensation, and nuts. Ah, nuts, we missed them all.